and welcome to Profile Pod TV. I am back, your host, Double A, back for another spectacular episode of the pod. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from. If you're on YouTube, if you're on IGTV, if you're on Roku, thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure having you. And of course, if you're listening on the audio platforms, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to Profile Pod TV on the YouTube channel. Click on that purple little button down at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen there and click subscribe. And you would have subscribed to an excellent podcast. So also, don't forget, we're on the Social Nostra network. Go check out the Social Nostra, man. We're 6 podcasts deep, and we have a little bit of everything for you. So if you enjoy sports, if you like lifestyle, if you like entertainment, paparazzi, all that good stuff, man, it's all there for you. So check out the Social Nostra network. We'll give them a follow, and you will not be disappointed. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a heavy hitter in the house tonight, as we always do. And before I introduce our guest, man, I always want to say that I like the essence of this podcast is bringing on individuals who are doing extraordinary things in life to inspire the human spirit. And every one of my guests embodies that, really personifies that. So tonight is no exception to that. This gentleman is in the hip hop game. He's an MC out of Los Angeles, California. He's doing his thing. He's creating waves in the industry already, and he's on the rise. He's really on the rise, and it's a pleasure to have him here. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on Profile Pod TV, please welcome Atomic Mandela. What's up, brother? Welcome.
Yo, what's up, Double A? Appreciate you again having me tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's good to connect with the world. Glad you're doing your thing. Again, thank you.
Oh, man. No, thank you, man. Of course, it's always a pleasure, man. And thank you for taking the time and jumping on. And man, I see you out there, man. You're doing a lot of stuff. You're making appearances everywhere here, rubbing elbows, and it's hard to keep up with you, brother. And
yeah, I'm glad to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's a grind, bro. It's a grind. But yeah, man, I'm trying to be everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm single, so I have that flexibility. So yeah, I'm trying to just keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I hear you, man. It's sometimes that being single and like you said, that flexibility is nice, man. And speaking for myself, I have I'm married with kids, and so it's a little challenging here and there, but got to keep pushing, got to find a way, brother. Got to find a way, right? So, but yeah, man. I see you out there, bro, and like I said, I want to ask you, bro, how in the world, how did you get into the game, bro? And how did this journey start for you, brother?
Yeah, I've always just had a knack for writing, you know what I mean? Just as a kid, you know what I mean? Just expressing myself, music. I don't know, like, again, I have 2 brothers and we're all like creative and we're in this space. Like, I do music. My younger brother does film, older brother does photography. Everybody has their own lane within this space. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just living in the hood, being marginalized. You just become creative, middle child, you know what I mean? So I don't know, children, like we're independent, got to find our way, whatnot. But I've always loved writing. You know what I mean? I took advanced English in high school. You know what I mean? 11th to 12th grade, read big ass books and shit, 500 pages, 1,000 pages, like doing reports. Like I was into that. You know what I mean? I'm still into, you know what I mean? And just education and just words and vocabulary. But like I've again, music, all types of genres. But that, just led me into like dropping mixtapes with my younger brother back in 2005, back in the IE. We were doing that. 2005, 07, 2009, you know what I mean? Just dropping mixtapes out there.
Yeah.
I had a little hiatus because I had a son, or I have a son, that for that matter, a little break, you know what I mean? So, but now I'm back to it because I still have like I said, a knack for writing, and I know I'm good. And it's just a matter of just, people following what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Again, it's a grind, consistency, momentum. But yeah, bro, it's like I really have a message. Like I'm not like a bubblegum rapper. Like the shit that I write, every bar, like I try to be thought provoking as much as possible, you know, because it's important. Like the Rakims, the DMXs, the Nipseys, like, you know, those that expand your mind, Nas, Jay, like these are the people that I looked up to, and I'm sure you know their music's, you know, and there's certain artists where you're like, man, these guys are hot, they're popular, but they're garbage, right? They're trash, you know what I mean? But they're bubbling. It's bubblegum stuff. I mean, you know, it's just a new wave of music. But you know what I mean? Like back in the, like, you know, back in the day, you know, it was cool to be original, right? And people looked at, like, you know, everybody looked out for the new original dude. Now it's like they want you to sound like the dude that was hot last week on the radio, you know.
Exactly.
It's just a different game. It's like, you know, weird people running the game, but they got money behind it, you know, and that's why we're at where we're at, I think. But you know, it's like people like keep pushing forward, like the Immortal Techniques, Common, Wally, Most Def. That's the type of shit I'm on. And, you know, on the West Coast, Razzcast, you know what I mean, Crooked Eye. That's, you know, E40, Too Short. That's the shit. You know,
those are some big names, bro. Yeah, absolutely, man. Big time rappers, big time MCs. You know, so I think so from what I gather, you're all of this started with your love for writing. Now, back in high school, Atomic, were you you know, what type of writing were you doing? Poetry? Were you? I think you might have mentioned you were writing. Were you writing bars back then? Lyrics? At all?
Yes, to be honest with you, just you know, just on my own, because again, living in the IE at the time, it was kind of like far-fetched. Like, man, you know, I got a love for this, but could this really like be some realer shit? You know what I mean? Like, but you know, I always had a love for it. I didn't consider the business part of it. It was more like, yo, I like to write. Let me just find my way. Let me try to write some bar. Let me see if I'm fly with it, if I can provoke some thought, you know. And that's just where it came. You know what I mean? Just having a notebook and writing stuff. Sometimes I'll be, you know, having lunch somewhere or wherever, and I just, oh, that's a dope ass bar, driving or in the shower. Oh, let me write that bar down, you know, and just stuff like that, you know. And then just over time, I'm like, you know what? All I got to do is just get in the zone, get focused, you know, rolling up whatever it is, get my mind right, and then I already know how to write 16 bars. I already know how to format it, and boom, boom, boom. You know, like I was in last night working on a new track. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be as strategic as I can. You know, I like to play chess, you know, and you know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm just, like you said, I'm sure you see my TikToks, obviously, and it's like, I'm just trying to be creative. Like a lot of rappers don't do what I do. I don't see them doing. They don't know the music I know. Like, I'm pretty vast with it. And there's a lot more that I'm going to be dropping. So I'm like, I mix the TikTok videos with like, you know, like videos that I've shot with my brother, that's based on the EP that I dropped. So, and I got a mixtape dropping where I'm busting over Wu-Tang beats and Biggie beats. That's on the way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm just cooking.
You got stuff cooking. Yeah. In the lab. All right. So Atomic, take us back to the moment though, where you decided, you know, you were going to take this seriously. You were going to go after it. You were going to take action.
Yeah.
Did you have a moment like that, or was it kind of a gradual thing for you? Take us back to that.
It was gradual to a degree, but I want to say when I was living in Pomona at the time, like 2004, 5, I went to Cal Poly Pomona, graduated. But around that time was when, you know, my younger brother and I, he did a little bit of music back then, but now he's more into the film. But back then, you know, we just said, hey, let's get together. You know what I mean? Let's just start a group called, you know, we came up with a name, THC, the Hustlers Clique.
Okay.
That was the name that we dropped 3 mixtapes under, like on a kind of a yearly basis. You know, 2005, 2006, we had 7, or 2008 for that matter. So it was like, you know, year after year. But then, you know, it's a grind, because it's like, you know, you're the MC, you're recording, you got to be out there in the hood pushing it, the swap meets, trying to push it wherever.
Promoting.
you know, and we did that. Like I was even signing autographs at the Fontana swap meet at the time. I'm like, you know what I mean? This is pretty cool, you know. You know, making so many copies and just trying to slang them for $5 or whatever, you know. You know, and just through connections made, you know, did a couple shows. So that was cool. You know, back in 2008 at the time with the connections that I had, my brother and I, we opened up for Fat Joe. He came out to San Bernardino. It was the Arrowhead Credit Union at the time. I'm sure you probably know it.
The stadium?
Yeah, the stadium, right.
Yeah.
It was back then. So like 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then fast forward, you know, in between did a couple of other, you know, small shows or whatnot. And then 2012 opened up for E40 and Sugar Free at the Redondo Performing Arts Center. Yeah, through another connection.
Where at? I'm sorry, Atomic?
At the Redondo Beach Performing Arts Center in Redondo. Yeah.
How were those experiences, brother? Were you nervous back then? I mean, were you, I mean, give us a little glimpse of that.
You know, it's not so much nervous. I mean, maybe a little anxious to a degree. But, you know, like once I'm in the zone and I know my stuff, like, and the energy from the crowd or whatnot, like I feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, the nerves kind of calm down because it's like, yo, I know I'm hot. They just got to understand who I am and get them to that space where it's like, oh, I'm fucking with him. Like he's actually good. Like he, you know, he can rap. You know, so that, you know, I'm just trying to keep it as real as possible. You know, do me, you know, as much as I can. So, it's kind of like stand out as much as I can.
You played football, right?
Basketball is one of my sport.
Okay, basketball. I was gonna say, like in football, you have those pregame jitters for, you know, and then you make that first hit, and then, you know, the rest is downhill from there. So, but yeah, I can relate in that aspect. Yeah. You know? Yeah, definitely, man. Going back to, you know, what you were saying, man, and so you decided to take action, and so what are some challenges that you've faced so far, Atomic, and what did you do to overcome them, man? Some of those challenges.
Yeah, challenges. Because again, it's like I'm a one-man band. You know, you're a one-man thing. So it's like, you know, I don't have a manager, right? I don't have PR, right? Though I have access to these people, right? Not everybody's just trying to say, oh yeah, let me jump on it. They want to be able to see like, okay, what have you done? And even though I have somewhat of a career, maybe a little stagnant to a degree, and I'm trying to get it back as consistent as like I said, this year was when I really just started kicking in the door and just started being more consistent. That's what they want to see, you know what I mean? And I may or may not need them, you know what I mean? I know how to draft a press release, you know what I mean? So it's like, but I'm just, you know, building my catalog, keeping it cool with my connections, doing my thing. And then at some point I can get that feature, you know, video done, you know, and just try to take it to the next level. You know what I mean? So, you know, in terms of like, you know, some features of notable people, they're around, you know what I mean? But it's like I said, it's just a matter of like me putting in more work and them seeing more, which is fine because like I said, I have a bunch of material that I've already recorded. I've been in the studio. So I'm ready. I'm just trying to be strategic with it. So more or less, it's just taking video. So my older brother's Exposure, he does video.
Yeah.
And we have an editor. So we already have that process down. You know what I mean? So in that we're cooking. We're still in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah. No, you guys, I mean, you guys got the whole family covered. You got everything covered with the family. You got the video, Exposure with the photography, you know, and then your other brother does the videography, like video, and then yourself, and you're the performer. And man, that's great, man. How does that dynamic with all three? Do all three of you work together a lot, or I know you work with Exposure a lot, right?
Yeah. Because lately my younger brother, he's working on a feature film, like a motion picture, you know. So he's in that headspace right now. Usually would be out there with us, you know, at the events doing photography or video. But yeah, he just like these last 6 months, 9 months, he's been really like zeroing. Like actually this week he starts filming up
Okay.
until, so we're just in that moment, just that real time moment where this is what's going on. But yeah, I mean, it could be a little challenging, you know, we're three, you know, brothers and men, and sometimes we all have our own opinion or direction or whatever. You know, we can snap
Yeah.
at each other. You know what I mean? It's still love at the end of the day. But you know, it can be a little tense just because it's like, yo, you got to see my way. Yo, I want to do it this way. And it's like, but yeah, I mean, we work it out. We work it out. At the end of the day, we still communicate and we push through it.
Yeah. No, I see you guys, man. You guys do, you know, you posting a lot of footage and videos and stuff on Instagram, and yeah, you guys do some really cool stuff, man. You know, especially with I've seen, you know, some of the other podcasts out there with mademen and you know, the Havana House,
Yeah.
you know, that podcast, and with a few others.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's you guys are right there in the mix, man, and you know, putting together cool content and
Appreciate
stuff
that.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely,
Want
man,
to
absolutely.
keep putting out dope content. You know what I mean? And just what, you know, the flavor that we know and that we, you know, like understand, just bring that vision, bring that view, you know. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, man. What's your favorite thing, Atomic? Your favorite part of this whole thing, man, this whole game.
Yeah.
What is it, the one thing that you enjoy the most, bro?
You know, like I honestly writing. Like I like to write. You know what I mean? Just again, it's just like it's like when a Rakim writes or when DMX write. When you talk to them, they know like they're like the shit in terms of they know that they can write. They can write, and that's where I'm at. I feel like I got something to prove. You know what I mean? Like because I want people to be like, yo, he really got it. And I don't want to just be labeled as, oh, he knows how to rap, cat in the hat type shit. Like I want them to be like, yo, did you just hear what he said? Bro, press rewind. Like he really is busted. That's where I'm at. Like to get the head nod from you know, a serious MC that I look up to and be like, yo, you did that. You know, like Mellow Man has done that for me with the you know, the videos that I've been posting. He'd be like, yo, like he builds me up with that, and I'm like, yo, that's salute because you're Mellow Man.
Right,
so
right.
just that consistent of, yo, you're dope. I like that. That feels good because then that inspires me to want to do more of that. Like in relationship to when I see Nas, right? He just dropped King Disease 2, right?
Yes.
Phenomenal album. He dropped that with Hit Boy. King Disease 1, Hit Boy. Him and Hit Boy got this chemistry where they're just in the studio knocking out bangers. And Nas is just showing you he still got it after how many 10, 12, 15 out studio albums. Wow. Still drop hot like records. So crazy. That's like the mindset, the vision. I'm like, yo, I can do that. I can actually do that and just keep it real in what I'm doing and give my life and what I've been exposed to and how I flow, and you know, I can do that, you know. So that's where I'm at. So I look up to dudes like that, and I'm like, you know, there's longevity and there's substance there.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. No, those guys, man, those are Hall of Famers. Yeah, I mean Nas and you know, all the guys you just mentioned, brother. And right. So, but where does your love for writing come from, Atomic? Where does, I mean, I know you mentioned it goes way back. Yeah. Can you pinpoint where that comes from, or it's just in your nature,
it's just one of the gifts, you know, like God gives everybody gifts, you know what I mean? So it's I feel like he gave me that to just write, you know what I mean? Read, be analytical, I guess, you know, critical thinking type shit. You know, that's where I'm at. You know, and again, I don't know where it came from, but maybe like now that I'm thinking about it, like my parents, you know, they always used to stress the importance of education, you know, and I instill that in my son too. So I'm always on top of him with that. So like, just not like they would generalize it, and it's just up to us as kids to just kind of figure it out on our own. You know what I mean? That's how I saw it. So, but my dad would stress the importance of education. You know, my mom, I got the hustle from my mom's side. But yeah, I want to say maybe that, now that you've positioned that question like that, that made me think that.
Yeah, because I like. I mean, I can read, and I mean, obviously, I like to read and I like to write. But I don't know if I'd say I was passionate about it,
Right.
And it sounds like you're passionate about it, and that you enjoy it. Is
Yeah.
reading part of it? Does it come along with your enjoyment for writing, or
Yeah,
go hand in hand for you?
I'm more into like now audiobooks.
Yeah,
Because
I like.
so hot, you know what I mean? And I'm in my car and I can just place an app of whatever, whether it's a book or an interview, you know what I mean? Or just a podcast or anything like that where it's just conversation. That's what I'm into. You know what I mean? Like I said, just certain interviews where it's like, man, you can't hear that on a regular station. You got to tap into other sources. So I'm into that. You know what I mean? Like I said, reading is because I'm always just on the go, but wasn't on the go so much and there wasn't audiobooks, I would definitely be flipping pages. But now, yeah, audiobooks is really my main thing.
Audiobooks, man. I got to get into the audiobooks, man. Like,
yeah,
because like yourself, I'm busy, man. I'm, doing stuff and on the go with the kids, blah, 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 work, but whatever. Audiobooks seem like they're convenient, man.
They help. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, audiobooks is the thing.
I got to check that out, man. I got to check it out. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's cool. So you're definitely, you have a love for it. So a lot of what you do stems from your love for writing, and you also write for a living now too, right?
Yeah, for the magazine, Music Connection magazine. I've been with them. My brothers and I've been with them for about 9 years now. But the magazine's been out since 1977, like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses, Madonna, Adele, Jane's Addiction, Beck, White Stripes. The first music magazine cover was with us, so we broke them. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So it's great. Like it's cool. Like I just covered the Ziggy Marley concert at the Hollywood Bowl Sunday.
Wow.
So yeah, it has its perks. It has its perks. Real talk, I just got invited today to the Santa Anita Park Friday. I guess there's some over there. They're like, come through, free rides, free food. I'm like, go.
Oh, that sucks.
So I'm like, yo, so now that we're back outside and like things are opening back up, it's been exciting, pretty dynamic.
Yeah, and that gets you access to, like you just said, to a lot of different events and stuff like that. You get insider, type of experience, man. And how does that particular job help you with, as an MC, you kind of mentioned it earlier. You have, you know how to do a press release and stuff like that. Go ahead.
No, it helps. I don't know. It's like a catch-22 because it's like when you reach out to other like management or PR, it has like they don't want the artist to send it, right? They want you to have a representation or some sort of formal way of reaching out and doing business. And I don't know. It's kind of weird because again, I still feel like I'm back to square one, because I know how to do a lot of this stuff myself and I can reach out. But then again, on the flip side, they want to see more material. And I'm like, hey, that's cool too. So I'm just going to keep, like I said, I have all the resources in place.
Yeah.
I think my only hang up maybe moving forward is just to be consistent at doing shows. I have material to do there. Like give me like 10 minutes or whatever, 15 or whatever, and that's like, what people get like on a festival or whatever, but give me like 5 or 10 and I can build from there. You know what I mean? So some people who are promoters and whatnot. So, it's still in the cooking mode. But I'm trying to get out there, get performing again.
No doubt, bro.
Yeah.
No, I see you out there, man. And what talk about your music video that you Martin X.
Okay. Yeah, Martin X.
And who
More of
produced that? Also,
you know, damn, it's cause I hit up a couple people on BeatStars, so the name eludes me. It might be Hypno Beats, if I
okay.
remember correctly. But yeah, you know, he sampled the I believe it's the I Shot Your remix.
Mm.
Hello, Cool J.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give me a quick second here. My bad. Can you see me? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I had a low situation. Hopefully my shit doesn't cut off while we're talking.
No,
But
you're good.
where was I at? Okay, Martin X, like a politically driven. Again, that was more like, yo, I got bars. That's it. It was the first. It's really the first song out of my 5-song EP, Spiritual Warfare. But just bars, you know, just letting you know, okay, yeah, he got skills, type shit, you know. You know, we shot that in, you know, right there in the hood, Jefferson, Crenshaw area.
Yeah.
You know, some historical areas or whatnot. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool right away. You know, not too house.
No, I like the visuals of that video, man. I like the like you said, it's you're in the hood, you're on the overpass, freeways behind you, you got the paintings, you got some murals behind you, man. So yeah, it's cool, man. You're doing your thing, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. And what inspired the name, the title of the song,
Martin X? One of the bars, damn, I'm trying to remember what I said, but I said, have a dream by any means necessary. That's one of the bars. So I was like, okay, Martin.
Oh, boom, combined Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Yeah. So that was the inspiration behind that.
Right. Yeah, I like that, man. Have a dream by any means necessary. That's
thank you.
That's
thank
cool.
you. Yeah. So it's like shit like that where, you know, it's like, oh, okay. No one else said it. He said it. Okay, yo, listen to this guy. That's the type of shit I'm on, man. You know, I want, you know, yeah.
Yeah, no, like you said, thought provoking, man, and like, well, hey, how do you think of that? You know, like shit that's just right, you know, profound lyrics.
I mean, just, you know, rolling up, right? Get my mind right, get in the zone. Boom.
Yeah. Is that something that you always do to get yourself in that zone, man? You get rolling up and just really
yeah.
You know,
for the most part. Like I don't try to force the inspiration, but I feel like I'm inspired all the time. But when I do that, you know, I'm just in like a more peaceful, personal, I can like swim into the beat, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just a different headspace. But yeah, it does help.
No, for sure. I think that's important, man, for an artist to really, you got to get into that zone, whatever you got to do to get there. Like that, like you said, I like the way you said the term headspace, to get into that headspace, to get inspired or to get motivated or whatever, however you want to, you know, describe it.
Right.
You know, what are some things that you can you tell us anything that you got cooking right now? You kind of mentioned it earlier, but any new videos? Are you working on an album?
Not an album per se, because you know, I just dropped the EP, so I'm kind of looking at it. You know, should I move forward, just dropping singles?
Okay.
That for a little bit, and then maybe see the album route or the EP route. I like EPs. I'm not really a big fan on, like, you know, when an artist drops, you know, a new album, there's like 20 joints. I don't like that. Give me something concise. You know what I mean? If this is going to be your offering each and every time, whenever it is, like, just put it like into like a gift box, not like on some, you know what I mean? I want to just digest it, right? So that's that. So as the consumer, as you know, the audience, people think like that. So let me give them an offering of whether it's 5 tracks or 7 tracks or no more than 10. Boom, boom. This is what it is, you know. If there's a need for more, it's a double album or whatever the situation is. But again, I like the concise offerings, you know, like tell me why you're releasing this particular project. And cool, I digested it like Pac-Man, and great, you know, and I could give it a good review. But if it's like 19 songs, 17, and it's like you have some extra fillers, Yeah, some fillers that you just could have, you could have left off. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
wasted time.
Yeah,
I was
no,
time, because we
I
just
feel
want to
you.
hear fingers. We want to hear a dope beat, dope rhymes, keep it pushing. Like like the beats where you're like, man, you could have done away with that. You could have just,
Yeah, left it off.
yeah. So that's where I'm at. But in terms of the next video, I got 2 more videos to shoot on for the EP that I did. Is a Get Right with God and Eve. So that's something coming up. But in terms of like I said, other projects, I have that Biggie and Wu-Tang project, that mixtape.
Okay.
So all the songs are done. It's just a matter of having visuals to it, So
Okay.
that's on the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah.
you don't have to go too far. You got your brothers right there, and
Yeah. It's just making time to knock it out. Got the editor. It's just time. Got access to whether it's females or location or lowriders or whatever vehicles. Yo, it's right there.
you got resources at your disposal,
Yeah.
man. That's
So,
nice, man. That's nice.
yeah. So just trying to be strategic, not rush anything,
Mhm.
but be consistent and not like have so much space in between.
I hear you. Right. I think that's a key thing, man. We were talking about it earlier, consistency,
Yeah.
and as a content creator, as an MC, I think you just got to be consistent, man. And that's sometimes it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're only human. Sometimes I think sometimes we could get complacent, right? Or are lazy, or sometimes our minds want to just take a break, or.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Atomic, I think that's huge, man. Consistency can,
For sure. Yeah.
That's a key thing, man. And I wanted to ask you, man, what would you tell? I mean, you're a grown man now, and you've been through life, you've been through some things in life, and what would you tell your younger self, man? If you can go back in time, what advice would you give your younger self?
That's good. That's a good question. Man, just to stay focused. Just the whole thing that we're talking about now, being consistent. I didn't have the resources back then that I have now. So I guess just in terms of the focus is trying to lock in those types of connections early on, so that when you're at my age or whatever, like it'll just be a better career at that point. And just having the vision for it, and location, because my younger self, I was back in the IE, and it wasn't until back to LA to where opportunities started opening up. So maybe, because I had the opportunity to still stay in the IE like in 05 and 07. We moved back to LA in 2010.
Okay.
But early on, and within a little, just 3 or 4 or 5 more years extra, could have moved back to LA and had a different run or different angle or whatever. But again, God works in different ways, right? So it still worked out. It's just, I'm not gonna say it's slower. It's just a different thing. You know what I mean? COVID even slowed everybody down for a full year. Performances or whatever. But it's like now it's like epic. I'm good. I know I can do it. It's just, I can get on the stage, rip it down, whatever. Like, just give me the mic, just put me on the fucking bill or whatever. Like, just, you know what I mean? So, that's where I'm at. Yeah, that's right. Like, I'm not taking no prisoners. Like, I'm gonna push through it. Because, like I said, I'm in it. I'm there. Like, I know where like I said, I play chess. So it's chess moves and bringing value to the table. It's not being slimy about it. It's bringing value every time, and just showing others like, okay, this guy's actually good. Let's give him a shot. Let's give him a look. Let's give him a listen. Let's give him an opportunity, because he is like really trying to, like have his, what am I trying to say? Like, he's really trying to put his mark in the game.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. And especially that I have brothers, it's like there's really no reason why we shouldn't put our mark in this game.
Of course, man. Yeah. You're trying to carve out your little section, you know.
That,
Um,
that part. Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's huge, man. That's huge, man. So you mentioned confidence, man. It sounds like, I mean, you can get up in front of 10 people or 10,000 people, right? It sounds
Yeah.
like you would,
I mean,
you get up, no problem, rock the mic, rock the crowd.
at this point in my life, no. Like, because it's like, yo, like I said, I got a son that looks up to me, you know what I mean? And he cannot see his dad weak or like whatever. And not that I'm doing specifically for that, but I have confidence, you know, I built it every day. Like we all have to choose to have a good attitude, you know, a positive attitude. And that'll determine that'll set the tone for the rest of the day. You know, you might have that situation, road rage or small, whatever. Yo, it's just keeping focus. You know, like for me, it's like God, you know what I mean? Like having that connection, you know, so that's anytime tap in with the Lord. Cool, I'm back to business, you know. Easier said than done, because sometimes, you know, the flesh speaks louder than the spirit. But, you know, each and every day, you know what I mean? It's a brand new day. Just, again, try to have that positive, I'm going to have a good day attitude. And again, to the end of the night. And then boom, when you wake up, do it again. You know, do it again. So that's right. That's right, man.
Just keep, like you said, keeping every day fresh.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's important, man. You know, because man, you know, we go through life and sometimes we miss the mark on a day, or, you know, gosh, you know, you sit there, you think, you kind of, you know, reflect on the days, like, why did I do that? Or what, you know, I shouldn't have yelled at my kids, you know, whatever. We make mistakes, you know.
Right.
And you say you get right with the Lord, and you know, you ask for forgiveness, and then the next day, like you said, man, you start over and then refreshing that mindset, right?
Exactly.
Okay, today's gonna be a beautiful day. Boom.
Exactly. You got it. Yeah. You're just trying to turn up every day. You know, because I've had days where I've like fucked off days, right? I'm like, damn, I could have done something today. Like I could have really got busy today, and I didn't. Tomorrow, you know what? I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna get back to it. So that you know, that's where I'm at. You know, just try to be that hustler and just try to, you know what I mean? It's like, I just gotta push through like even more, and just like the opportunities right there. Cause it's like, there's really no blueprint to it, right? It's like, like every artist has their own, but it's like there is a blueprint in terms of, you know, like, you know, having values or ethics or honor or loyalty and connections and stuff like that. But in terms of like, yo, this door is open or that door is closed, like, okay, let me try to open this door, go through the window. And it's like, it's a legitimate hustle, or it's a legitimate thing, and it worked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't grow up religious, and I'm really not religious, but it's more like having a relationship with God, basically.
Same here.
And you know, okay, for sure. So when I talked about even audiobooks earlier, I even tap into like sermons. You know what I mean? I tap into certain pastors, you know what I mean? Certain pastors, and I get the word, you know what I mean? And it's like, when I hear it, I get encouraged, I feel motivated, I'm back to my A game. You know, so there's things that can influence us to have a good day or bad day.
Yeah.
And, you know, the word, whether it's encouraging or not, because sometimes we'll hear stuff that we don't want to hear, but we got to hear it, right? To help us. So it's both, you know, and then again, mixing it with music, you know, different moods or whatever. But yeah, you know, just like I said, it's that attitude thing, you know, because you know, that can really mess up a day, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, just trying to reflect, like we talked about earlier, you know, and just try to, like I said, keep that focus and a positive attitude. You know what I mean? Because like I said, this world is crazy, as you know, COVID, I mean, everything, you know. So what can you do? You're either gonna buckle down, let it break you down, or stay up, stand tall, chest out, you know, like a warrior mentality. Like, and as men, that's what we're called to be, you know, leaders, you know what I mean? Like, wife looking up to you, kids looking up to you, same thing, sons looking up to me, looking for direction, guidance, you know, support, you know. So it's on us, you know. And that's great, because that's how God made us, and that's what it really comes down to. It's just, just knowing, yo, I can do this. I can do this.
I hear you, man. I feel you 100%, Atomic. It's yeah, just keeping that mindset, man, a level of confidence that you know, just reminding. It's a constant reminder of like, yeah, like you just said, man. I can be successful. I can do anything in life. I can do all things,
Right.
through Christ, who gives me strength.
Right.
That's a daily thing, man. For me,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, bro. I read my affirmations in the morning. I literally read them. I have to, man, because I want to start my day off in a positive frequency with a positive frequency.
Right.
And I notice the difference whenever I don't do that. I don't go through my morning routine. Yeah, I notice the difference throughout my day, man. And,
Yeah.
you
It's
know,
true. You got to tap in every day, have that moment, whether it's 15 minutes in the morning, because it's really throughout the day.
it,
And you might be in your car, you might say, hey, thank you, God, for today. Thank you for this food that I'm receiving, or the money
yeah,
that you with, or just thank you for waking me up. Just that thankfulness, right? You
attitude
actually
of
feel
gratitude. Yeah.
it, you know, uh, and I think people miss that. Sometimes I can miss that. Just getting caught up in the day, but when you slow down and boom, you pause, tap in, you're like, okay, I'm better now. I'm better now.
Yeah.
So
You,
yeah,
do you do any type of meditation?
not so much meditation, just prayer. You know what I
Prayer.
mean? Like there's a like an affirmation, like you mentioned. I don't know if you're familiar with Tom Hopkins. He's like a
Gosh.
big like real estate mogul. He wrote this book or this audio, how to master the art of selling, or the art of selling, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. It sounds very familiar, bro.
Yeah, but he has a thing where it's he's like, today I will succeed. He says it 3 times. Today I will succeed, or he says, well, I'm tripping. He's like, no, I'm sorry. Today I will win.
Mm,
Today I will win. Why? I'll tell you why. Because I have faith, courage, and enthusiasm.
mm.
Today I will win. So you say 3 times. So faith, courage, enthusiasm. Boom. That's all you need.
That's it.
Faith,
Yeah,
courage, and enthusiasm. That's all you need. Right.
that's
So
it.
once you do that, then it's like, boom. What can hurt me? What can face me? Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, and again,
No.
and just kind of going back to like Ephesians 6, 11, 10, 10, 11, like putting on the full armor of God. When you
Hmm.
say, you can visually see that, it's like nothing can penetrate or hurt. Again, easier said than done. Like
Right.
even
Right.
say that, and you'll still be hit with some shit, and you'll still like even mess up, and you'll be like, damn, it got
Right.
me, devil got me, or whatever. And it's just like, okay, well, there's another day to prove it, or within the day to whether repent or whatever, get back to your A game. So it's an everyday struggle, bro. Like it's easier said than done, but it just that consistency. That's it. Yeah.
yeah. No, that's the key, man. Because I think over time you really start to see the manifestation
Yeah.
come to light and come to fruition.
Right.
It really works, man. And
Yeah.
and because you have a different feeling, different perspective.
Right.
You see things in your daily life, man, and things start happening for the better.
Yeah.
And it's really, really powerful,
Yeah.
powerful, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's the truth, and you start getting into the law of attraction. You start getting into, again, the manifesting and stuff like
Right.
that,
Yeah.
but like you said, brother, it's the challenge is definitely, consistency
Yeah.
and bouncing back, bro, because we're
God's
going to, right.
Everybody falls. And speaking of that right there is like, I remember reading some to where you get wins. It's like W's and L's, right? It's wins, but the losses are like the L is a learning lesson.
Yeah.
That's what that was, instead of a loss. So there's always that. It's just keeping that, I lost. What did you learn in that loss? That's the key to it. That's the win to it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. So that loss isn't really a loss,
it's just a teachable moment.
Exactly, man.
Yep.
And then having that perspective, having that framing it like that, is super is a
Key.
special. It's a special thing. It's a key thing, man.
For sure, definitely.
Yeah, man. I've always, the older I get, man, it's life is the key to life is right here, right? It's
right.
The mind is such a powerful thing, bro.
Like the struggle is all mental. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. It's a mental struggle, man. Because physically you can do it. Yeah. So, but again, easier said than done. Sometimes, again, just the simplest. It's like, whoa! It brings it back into perspective, and then it's like, okay, cool. Let me get back to it.
Right. No doubt, man. No doubt. It's but yeah, man. No, what are some things here in the near future? You've already mentioned a few things, man. Let me ask you, what is your ultimate goal, man? How big do you want to take this thing as an MC in the hip hop game, in the music scene? What do you envision yourself, bro, doing?
For sure, and that's the thing. Like I mentioned earlier, there's no blueprint to it. It's just going through it and just trying to drop good records and whether it's good features or good visuals. It's that's where I'm at. I'm really trying to push it as far as I can. Like I'm really not trying to go backwards and be like, yo, you're doing this, now you're back into corporate or whatever. It's like, nah, I'm doing this. I want to do this. I'm this is where I'm at. I'm with the magazine, so like I said, I got brothers, I got my son that's also creative that I'm trying to groom and put in this space. So this is a space where I want to build. You know what I mean? It's I just want to keep it going. Like I said, I have something to prove. I know I'm nice. There's really no reason why I shouldn't be on TV at some point. You know what I mean? I know like I can do it. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. Like I said, doing the TikToks, I don't see any other rapper doing it. Or else I would be like, oh, okay, cool, he's doing that. I don't hear it. So I'm just trying to stand out as much as I can and just keep it going, keep it going. I have flavor and I feel like, I can keep going. I have a lot of songs that I know that I can keep dropping up like hundreds of, whether it's TikTok and music, regular original music or mixtape type music. I can be in people's faces, so that's where I'm at. I'm like, yo, who's gonna stop me?
Exactly. Yourself. That's the only person that can stop you, man.
Exactly. So I'm not gonna stop myself. I'm gonna keep going because I see the love that I'm getting. I see the momentum that I'm slowly building and creating. Because honestly, it wasn't until the top of this year when I was like, I want to get back into my music stuff. Like this is the top of the year, and look, we're already in August.
Yeah.
So, and I've already seen what I'm doing, like I said, with Mello, connected with him and opportunities, and again, more with the magazine. I just want to go as far as I can take it. You know what I mean? I don't know what the end looks like, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I know I'm nice. I know I'm creative. I know I'm confident with it. Like I know that I can have some like sustainability and like longevity in this space. And if I don't become the Nas or Jay-Z to the public, I already know I'm as nice as them. Like I'm as nice as them. I can create music like them. It's just, within that space and time. Like, and again, if whatever happens. Like I said, I'm still with the magazine, been with them for 9 years. Like more connections are gonna happen, more opportunities.
No doubt, man.
I'm embracing what God has planned and what He already has planned, right? Because the future's already written, So I'm just embracing it. I'm taking it all in, just trying to have fun with it. Not trying to take it too serious, but or myself too serious. Just be me, but take the business serious in terms of knocking out product and good music and just trying to stay like that. Like I don't want people to tell me, yo, that was a whack verse, or that was a whack bar, or that was a whack beat.
Yeah.
I want to hear the fresh stuff because I like I said, with somebody like Nas or Jay or DMX, they're gonna cook up something that's hot and they know it's A1. Nipsey Hussle, so that's just with the mindset that I'm in. I just want to make sure I'm bringing out dope product, and I know it's dope. That's where I'm at.
I love that, bro. I love that, man. And you got faith, you got courage, you got enthusiasm.
Yes. Yes, yes,
right?
yes. Definitely.
Yeah, no, I got you, man. I feel that. I feel that. You know, you're in a good
So,
spot right now, and you're having fun. You're enjoying yourself. You're going after it, man. And
yeah,
a lot of people don't take that step. They don't take action. You know, they have a dream. They have something they've always wanted to do,
right.
and they just never do it for whatever reason, right? Fear or whatever. You know, and I give you all the credit in the world, man. You're going after it,
Thank
and
you.
that's you're welcome, man. You're welcome, and kudos to you. More power to you, brother. And you
Thank you.
inspire me, man, because I see you doing your thing, and yeah, like I said, every one of my guests, man, I bring on my guests, and I take something from each one, and I get uplifted, I get motivated, I get inspired,
That's
and you're
what's up.
doing that to me, bro. I needed to have this conversation tonight, brother. And,
That's
you know,
what's up, man. I appreciate that. Real talk. You know what I mean? Because I'm just trying to give back what I've learned. You know what I mean? Like I've had to put my hand on the stove a few times to learn a particular lesson that I wasn't taught. And it's like, I just charge it to the game. Like, I give back whenever I can give back. I don't try to hold on, try to hold like pertinent information that's vital information. If I know that's a gem or a jewel that you can take with you, like, yo, I get it back too. Like that gives me energy. That gives me like that boost to, okay, you enjoyed that, great, me too. Like we built on some real shit on a late night, not feeling tired, like just amped up and just like
yeah,
like tomorrow's gonna come in like a
yeah.
couple of hours, you know what I mean, and then boom, back to it. So it's like just keeping it going, you know what I mean. So that's where I'm at. This is the energy that I'm on.
I love it, bro. No,
Yeah,
I can tell, man.
yeah,
I
appreciate
gotta
that.
have that. Yeah, for sure, man. No, I feed
Yeah,
off of that. I feed
for
off of
sure.
that, man. Man, Atomic, man, I want to thank you for coming on, brother.
Oh,
Let's connect in the future,
yeah,
and more
yeah,
than let's collaborate and stay
yeah.
connected, brother. And you're always
Yeah,
welcome back here.
I
And
appreciate. And likewise, whatever you need, like, hey, reach out, let me know whatever to connect the dots, like on your side, my side. Let's build. Let's keep going back and forth. We're in this space, cool people. Yo, we could take it different.
absolutely, 100%, absolutely, bro. Absolutely,
Yeah,
man. I feel you 100%, man. Before we go, bro, go ahead and plug your social media. Where can the good people find you, man? Where can they see your content, your videos, all that good stuff?
definitely. At Atomic Mandela, ATOMICMANDELA. I'm really on IG, TikTok. You can find me there. I don't have a Facebook. I might open up a Facebook. I'm trying to figure out, like, yo, I need to get more followers to my IG page. So I probably have a Facebook soon and a Twitter
Mhm.
soon. But just at me, at Atomic Mandela, whatever comes up, that's where I'm at. But usually on IG, that's where I'm at, 100%.
I see you, man. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. There it is. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, there is Atomic Mandela. Go follow him on Instagram. Go check him out. Check out his YouTube. He's got some videos up on there. You will not be disappointed. He's an MC in the hip hop game. He's doing his thing, and he's going to continue to make uh, waves and create
Yeah.
shock waves out there, man. So
All right.
yeah,
Atomic bomb waves.
that's right.
That
Atomic
part.
bombs, yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure,
Keep
for sure.
dropping
Now,
those.
again, thank you, Double A. Really appreciate you. Can't wait till this is live and I'll share it. Let me know what's good.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, man. You'll definitely know that, man. No, thank you once again, brother, and I appreciate you. And I can't, I'm really grateful for this conversation, man. So
Appreciate that, bro. I like that. I like hearing that. That like makes me yeah, that makes me feel good, bro. Appreciate that. Real talk, man.
oh yeah, real talk,
Yeah.
straight up.
So, yes, sir. Well, you have yourself a good night. I'll talk to you soon then.
Absolutely, absolutely. There you guys have it. Once again, Atomic Mandela. Go check him out, ladies and gentlemen. For myself, I'm Double A. Thanking you once again for being here. Don't forget to leave me a rate review on Apple Podcasts. Hit me up on Instagram. I always like interacting, communicating with the audience, man, with the viewers, the listeners, and it's all good. So don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. And yeah, thanks again for being here, wherever you're tuning in from. For
Sure.
Atomic.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for tapping in. For sure.
Absolutely, man. There's Atomic Mandela, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Double A, reminding you to always take it easy.
Yes, sir. Peace out, y'all.